The foundation of belonging. That's what birthright citizenship is all about. A child born on U.S. soil is automatically a U.S. citizen. This principle ties citizenship to the land itself. The 14th Amendment's Citizenship Clause is the legal basis. Ratified in 1868, it reads, "All persons born or naturalized in the United States are citizens." This clause grants citizenship to nearly everyone born on American soil. Millions have become citizens by birth within the nation's boundaries. This interpretation provides stability and predictability. A challenge to settled law emerged in early 2025. Donald Trump issued an executive order aimed at dramatically reinterpreting and restricting birthright citizenship. The order sought to end the automatic grant of citizenship to children born in the United States if their parents were not U.S. citizens or were in the country without authorization. This move ignited a fierce legal and political firestorm across the nation. The administration's argument hinged on a reinterpretation of the phrase "subject to the jurisdiction thereof," found in the 14th Amendment. Critics argued that such a change would create widespread fear and instability within immigrant communities. The Trump administration argued that it was a necessary measure to protect national sovereignty and deter illegal immigration. This line of reasoning conflicted with over a century of legal precedent, setting the stage for an intense confrontation in the courts. The judiciary came into play as courts intervened swiftly. Legal challenges were mounted with remarkable speed. A coalition of over 20 states, numerous immigrants' advocacy groups, and even pregnant individuals filed lawsuits across the country. They argued that the executive order was a blatant violation of the 14th Amendment and an abuse of presidential power. Federal district courts across the nation moved swiftly to address these challenges. Several judges issued rulings blocking the executive order, finding it likely unconstitutional. U.S. District Judge John Coffenor in Seattle called the order blatantly unconstitutional. The legal battle did not end at the district court level. The Trump administration appealed these unfavorable rulings, but federal appeals courts largely upheld the decisions to block the executive order. Judges in these appellate courts reiterated the arguments made by their district court colleagues. The Fourth Circuit warned of confusion and upheaval if the restrictions were implemented. To understand birthright citizenship, we must look back to post-Civil War America. The 14th Amendment, ratified in 1868, aimed to secure rights for newly freed African Americans. It established a national definition of citizenship based on birth or naturalization. The phrase "subject to the jurisdiction thereof" is key in modern debates. The 1898 case of Wong Kim Ark was pivotal. Born in San Francisco to Chinese immigrants, Wong Kim Ark was denied re-entry to the U.S. The Supreme Court ruled in his favor, affirming birthright citizenship. Justice Horace Gray confirmed the 14th Amendment's guarantee. This precedent has stood for over 125 years. The attempt to dismantle birthright citizenship carries profound potential consequences for countless children and their families. If such a policy were to be implemented, children born in the United States to parents targeted by the executive order would find themselves in a precarious legal limbo. They would be living in the only country they have ever known, yet denied the fundamental rights and privileges of citizenship. This could create immense fear and uncertainty, affecting access to essential services like healthcare and educational opportunities. Families would live under the constant threat of separation, and children could face a future of marginalization and exclusion within their own birthplace. The creation of a large hereditary underclass of non-citizen residents born on American soil is a deeply troubling prospect. As of May 2025, the fate of the executive order, and potentially the broader principle of birthright citizenship, is subject to review by the Supreme Court. The court was slated to hear arguments and appeals of the lower court rulings that blocked the order. The outcome of these Supreme Court deliberations will have far-reaching implications, not only for the individuals directly affected, but also for the balance of power between the branches of government and the interpretation of fundamental constitutional rights. The debate over birthright citizenship touches upon the very essence of American identity and the nation's commitment to the principles enshrined in the 14th Amendment.